welcome back to your members area and with your second booty band workout. So I'm going to bring you a booty band workout today. I'm going to be using the medium resistance, so it's the dark grey band. Feel free to use the black one if you feel confident enough. The only reason I am not today is because it is not my workout. I want to focus on coaching you rather than struggling through some of the exercises with a black band. If you have not done a booty band workout before, please use the light grey band, so the first level resistance, okay? Even if it feels really easy, it's best to start out there. You can see how you feel tomorrow, and then you can maybe progress on if you want to. Okay, so we're going to pop the band just on the ground to start with. We're going to do a little warm up first. So we're going to have our feet hip distance apart, our knees nice and soft. Let's take a deep breath in, reach the arms all the way up, and just exhale as you bring the arms down. Same again. So take a deep breath in, sweep the arms up, lift out to the hips, exhale as you bring the arms down. Let's come all the way up and hold. Big reach, drop the right arm. Let's come into a side bend. So up and over with the left arm. Keep the face open so you're not collapsing forwards. Bringing the right arm up. Let's change sides. So bring the left arm down. Reaching up and over, reaching out to those hips. Keeping both knees soft as you just reach down that leg. Bring yourself all the way back up. Let's come to a roll down, chin to chest. Let the arms hang. Roll your body down, bending through both knees. Lift the tailbone high. Maybe just take a little sway here. Release off any tension through the upper back, through the shoulders, just taking a little sway out. And then keep the chin on the chest as you roll yourself back up to standing, placing the hands onto the hips. Let's take a few shoulder rolls here, just releasing the shoulders up, back and down. So predominantly legs and booty, obviously in a booty band workout. I am going to put some shoulders and some core in there as well. So let's just make sure there's no tension through the shoulders, through the neck. Just allow the shoulders to settle. Let's do a little transfer with a hip mobility. So I'm just stepping side to side, taking a big hip circle here, bringing the knee up towards the chest and then stepping it down. So keeping the shoulders relaxed as I just mobilize through the hips, nice big circles, and work on that weight transfer as well. So just stepping side to side, a little bit of balance involved as well. Great way to get the brain switched on before this class too. Let's hold in center. Bring those feet back to parallel. Just take a little knee bend. So I'm just alternating which knee I bend. Just softening through, just getting some mobility into the lower body. Nothing crazy, it's like a little hip wiggle before we start the class. And then we'll hold softly, both knees just gently relaxed. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way back up. Let's dive ourselves down, chin to chest. Roll yourself all the way forwards. We're going to come down a little bit lower this time, maybe lengthen the back of the legs a little bit more. Have a little sway here. And in your own time, whilst you're down here, I'm going to take the band, step my feet into the band. And then as I roll up, keeping the chin on the chest, I'm going to bring the band with me. Placing the band just above the knees. Rolling all the way up to standing. So feet are hip distance apart. Make sure there's always some resistance on the band. Never let your band be slack. You always want to be pressing out throughout the whole class into the band slightly. Let's come into some squat rises. So inhale, take the hips back. Exhale as you come up, you lift the heels. So inhale, drop the hips back. Exhale, press up and lift heels. So the arms are reaching in line with the ears. And then as you come up, the shoulder blades are coming together. The arms go slightly back. Try to keep the chest lifted though. We want a straight spine as you come down. Try not to curve and collapse the body forwards. The whole time you're not rolling onto the outside of your feet. So yes, you're pushing into the band, but try not to roll onto the outer edges of the feet. We want to keep all 10 toes on the floor. Pressing back, driving the hips as you come up. Let's do one more here. Then we'll come down into our squat. This time bringing the hands in front. Press the weight back. You should be able to wiggle your toes. Shoulders are relaxed. You're going to transfer your weight onto your right leg. So I'm lifting my left heel, still bending into a single leg squat. You tap out, in, back, and in. Out, in, back, and in. So the left leg is doing the tapping here. It doesn't fully extend, it stays bent the whole time. And you're just tapping to the side, in, and then back and in. The shoulders are relaxed, and you're loading into that right leg. So you're squatting, single squat, into the right leg. Make sure you don't collapse your whole body over to the right. Stay lifted up and out of the hips. And let's do 4, 3, 2, last one. Let's change sides. Smooth transition, bending into the left, lifting the right heel. We tap out, in, back, and in. Out, in, back. So shoulders are relaxed. You're bending into your left knee now. The right leg doesn't fully straighten. You're keeping the ball of the foot tapping onto the floor as you go out and behind. Trying to find that balance. Zip up through the core, so really activate through the tummy to help you find your balance here. We're tapping out and in, just loading that single leg onto the left-hand side now. Finding your strength, finding your balance. Keeping the foot movement going. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Transfer to center. Standing up, we're going to take a breath in, reach the arms up. Exhale, we're going to dive all the way down, chin to chest. Roll yourself all the way down. Now, while we're here, just let the body hang. You're going to take the band off the legs now. So I've taken the band completely off. I'm popping the band into my hands, so my hands are in the band. And now I'm going to roll all the way back up to standing. So my hands are inside the band, coming up towards the ceiling. Take a big stretch. Soften the knees, have a little wiggle if you need to. Press into the outside of the band. So you want to activate your shoulders. Elbows are coming to ribs, and then we're reaching back up. I told you a little bit of upper body work. Pull the elbows to the ribs, and then reach up. So you're pressing into that band. Can you see that I've got tension on as I'm trying to separate my hands? Even my fingertips are splayed out here. I've got the energy running all the way through my arms and my hands. Knees are soft. There's no pressure in the lower body. That's having a moment to relax. And you're pulling the elbows down, working into the shoulders, and then reaching up, lengthening through. So slide your shoulder blades down the back, and then reach and lengthen. Keep your tummy drawn in towards your spine, so you're looking after your lower back. Let's reach and hold. So take the arms all the way up. Hold that tension on. Come up and over to the right. Keep the tension on the band. Coming back up, lift, lift, lift. Go the other way. So this is working into your waist and your shoulders. Okay, so we're taking a side bend. Keep pressing into the band. Keep the chest open as you slightly bend. Don't collapse. Reach up and out of those hips. Keep opening the arms as much as you can. The knees are soft. Hands are pressing into the band. Shoulders are sliding down the back. And you're taking a side bend to work into your waist. Okay, a lot of things going on here. We've got 2 more. Last 2. Lifting up and out of those hips. And we've got our last one. Big lift. Up and over. Now come back to center. Bring the arms forwards, bring them down, drop the chin to the chest, we're rolling down again. So bring yourself all the way down, release the band off. The band can come to the floor, just shake out the upper body. Beautiful work. Let's bend through the knees now. Bring yourself onto your bottom. How are your arms feeling? Shoulders are warm. Okay, let's come onto our bottoms. We're going to take that band once again over the thighs. Okay, so it's going on the thighs, just above the knees. Bringing your hands behind you, so you want to have your fingertips facing forwards, okay? So fingertips facing towards the feet. Feet are parallel, so my feet are parallel, hip distance apart. I'm going to open the knees and close, yeah? So we open and close. Now, let's go through the technique while we're here. Make sure all 10 toes stay down, okay? You're pressing into the band as wide as you can. Try not to roll the feet. You're lifting up and out of those hands. So squeeze your shoulder blades together. Chest is open, but then slide your rib cage down as well, so you're not lifting up through the tummy. And you should start to feel this not only into the legs, but where we've just created some heat in the shoulders, they are going to get a little bit warm here too. Now you could just carry on here, or we could make it a little bit spicier. I'm going to lift, open, close, and lower. So I lift the hips, press into the bands, come back to alignment, and lower. So we lift, press, close, and lower. We got it? Lift, press, close, and lower. Keep the elbows soft, press, close, and lower. Drawing the belly in tight, the feet are staying flat, we're not rolling. All 10 toes are staying down, press, close, and lower. Let's go for 3 more. Press, close, and lower. Last 2. Lift, press, close. Last 1. Let's come up and hold. Stay here. Open, close, and close. We open and close. So keep lifted. Shoulder blades together. 10 toes are down. Pressing and closing. Keep the bottom as high as you can. Open and close. For 4, steady with it. 3, you're doing great. 2, last 1, last word. 1, come all the way down onto your bottom. Peel your hands off the floor. Whoosh. Take your hands behind your head. Roll yourself all the way down onto your back. So bring yourself down. I'm just going to shimmy so you can see me. When you come onto your back, elbows are on the floor, and you're going to lift your legs to tabletop. So knees are over hips now. Still got that resistance on the back. As we come into an abdominal crunch, we're going to open the knees, and then pop the head down, bring the knees back together. So we open and close. So we're working into our tummy now, as well as those hips still. And this is going to really engage the lower tummy. So as you lift the head and shoulders, you're pressing the knees open into the bands. Try and keep your knees and your feet in a line with one another though. Yeah, try to keep the feet in line with the knees. Scoop and hollow your belly as you would with a normal abdominal crunch. Draw the belly towards the spine. Eye line is looking through the legs as you crunch up, and the elbows are staying wide. Yes? Let's lift and hold. Just the legs. Open, close. Open, close. So when they close, you're just bringing the knees back over the hips. You don't want to bring the knees together because you'll lose the resistance on the bands. Keep the elbows wide, keep the shoulder blades off the ground. Scoop and hollow the belly, pressing and bringing it in. Pressing, bringing it in. For 3, stay with me. 2, last 1 here. Now, keep some resistance. Tap your feet down as your head comes down, and then bring your legs back up as you crunch. So feet tap as the head goes down, legs come up as you crunch. If this is too much, just do the legs or the upper body. Okay, don't do both if it feels too challenging or if you're feeling it in your back. So I'm keeping some resistance on the bands, I'm tapping the head down at the same time as the feet, and then I'm bringing the head back up at the same time as the legs. And the tummy is on fire. That means we're good, right? So we've got 3 more. Stay really strong. You've got your last 2 here, then the tummy gets a little rest, I promise. We've got 1 more time. Control it. Smooth transition. Now pop your feet down, pop your head down. Bring your arms down by your sides, palms of the hands on the floor. Let's take a bridge. So we're going to keep the feet hip distance apart. You're going to lift the hips and lower. Let's do a few of these first. So we lift and tap. So it is a hip bridge. We're not rolling through the spine. I'm just tapping my bottom back down onto the ground, keeping that resistance there making sure the shoulder blades and the head are firmly on the mat. So we're not lifting up, okay? So squeezing into the bottom. Let's do 4. Next bit's nice and challenging for the legs. So are we ready? 2. We've got 1 more. Can we lift and hold to stay here? Now your right leg, I'm mirroring you, but I'll do my right leg too. Your right leg, you're going to bring the knee towards you and then down. Right leg again. Knee pulls in, taps down. Knee pulls in, taps down. So the left leg is staying strong. Both hands are on the floor. Head and shoulders are down. You're pressing into that left leg as you pull the right knee in. Try and keep the hips square. We've got 2 more. Last 2. 1 more time. Let's come back into those double hip taps. So both feet down, hip and bridge. Tap down and bridge. So that gets right down into your lower tummy as well, doesn't it? As well as the backs of the legs and the glutes. So we're tapping and pressing. We've got 3. Pressing up. We've got 2. Now we're going to lift and hold. We need to do the left leg, okay? So your left leg pulls in, resets. Pulls in, resets. Do as many as you can. Okay, I'm going for 10, same as the other side. If it gets too much, if you hit fatigue, please feel free to take a little rest. It is very challenging, this one. So stay with the breath. You've got 2 more. Last 2. 1 more time. And let's roll down. So give your back a little massage on the way down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Now let's straighten those legs. Roll onto your sides when you are ready. How are you doing? Are you okay? So what we're going to do from here, we're making sure we can see your toes. If you can't, just bring your feet a little bit further forwards. You're going to have both hands behind the head, elbows wide, zip up through the belly. So try not to roll back yet. We're keeping the hips stacked. Okay, straight legs. We're going to lift top leg and lower. Lift top leg and lower. So I'm keeping both elbows wide so that I work into the waist and we work our balance at the same time. You can see when the leg comes down, that leg gets a nice little rest because the resistance comes off. So press nice and high as you come up. Make sure the band is still above the knees and not dropping too low. Okay, so knees are facing forwards and we're getting into the top part of that hip. Okay, use the breath out when it gets a little tough, all right? We've got 2. Next one, let's lift and hold. Can you sweep that leg forwards and then keep it lifted as you come back? Cheeky, I know. So it comes forwards and then back and hold. Forwards, back and hold. So this is really tense for the thigh. So use that breath as you sweep that leg forwards as much as you can. But when you come back, you're keeping that resistance on. Think about coming up a little bit to keep that resistance on with that top leg. Okay, so we're going to do 3. There's not many here, I promise. 2. Last one. 1. Now let's pop our head down and our top arm in front. You see my top leg is still lifted. I've got my top hand down. I'm going to lift both legs and then lower the underneath only. So the legs are staying parallel. So you lift and lower underneath. Lift and lower underneath. Use the breath out. Try not to roll backwards. Keep those hips stacked. You don't want to go onto the fleshy part of your bum. And it's really important to keep that top leg away from the underneath leg the whole time. I know, you've got 4. I know. Come on, here we go. We've got 3. We've got our last 2. And 1 more time. We've got 1. That was tough, right? Let's bend those knees, come onto your back, and either just roll over onto the other side, or I'm going to come over so that I can come to face the camera. Okay, we need to do that again on the other side. It's tough, right? So both feet coming forwards, hands behind the head. Make sure you're not rolling back because you're not going to get into the waist and into this part of the hip, okay? So making sure we're staying stacked, top leg lifts and lowers. And when you do this, you think, oh, this feels okay. This is all right, just the top leg bit. So enjoy this moment. Allow the knees to face forwards, making sure you're not rolling back, lifting that leg as much as you feel comfortable, but don't go crazily high. You want to keep control through the rest of the body. You want to zip up through the core and keep the elbows back. Okay, using that out breath every time you lift, inhaling as you lower. So really strong here, lovely side lying work. Now we know what's coming, so we're going to lift the top leg and we're going to sweep it forwards, and then it's going to come back, but it stays high. So it comes forwards, and then it comes back and stays lifted. So that top elbow is staying back. Lift a little bit higher as you bring that top leg backwards. So lift and squeeze. Really feel the glutes, feel everything getting involved into the hips. Use the breath as it comes back and sweeps up a little bit, keeping that tension on those bands and finding your balance here. We've got one more. Now we need to keep the legs hip distance apart, remember. Head goes down, hand comes in front, a little bit more support. We lift and lower. So we're keeping the legs parallel. We're just lifting the underneath leg up and down. The top leg is staying lifted the whole time. Using that out breath every time you lift. Trying not to roll backwards onto your bottom. Try and keep those hips stacked. And I know everything around here is burning intently, but just stay with it. You've only got 2 more, last 2. Lift a little bit higher, last one. Beautiful. Okay, last little exercise. Take the bands down now so it's over your shins. So it's coming over your shins and we're coming onto the front. So this is our last little sequence here. The band is over the calves. We're going to come into a plank. Okay, so hands underneath shoulders. I'm going to step onto the balls of my feet. Spine is long. And I'm just going to take a little tap out and in. So I'm going to tap out, in, other way, out, in. So this is it. We're just tapping out and in to finish this sequence. Out, in, in. Keep the spine long. Hands underneath the shoulders. Tummy is really tight. Look after your lower back. And you're tapping out and in. Doesn't matter how big. Just try and stay strong. Stay smiling. Pressing into that band for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Bring it down onto your knees. Come back into a child's pose. Take the band off as you do. So uncurl the feet. Sink your bottom all the way back to your heels. Let your forehead drop down onto the mat. Take a big breath, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. In through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. Beautiful. Let's gently peel yourself all the way back up. Come onto your bottoms. I'm going to let you into a little secret here so that you can maybe do the same. On this same day as recording this band workout, I also recorded for you the inner and outer thigh workout too, which is on the pre-recorded section. So my legs are so sore right now. So maybe if you've got time, try that one too. And we can all be in the same boat together. Right, let's do a lovely little stretch. Okay, coming into a cross-legged seated position. Remember which leg you have in front because we're going to obviously do the other side. Take a moment to settle here because your hips and outer thighs might be feeling very sore. So let's just bring the hands gently in front and just take a moment to breathe here, okay? So breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth, just allowing the knees to open out to the sides, allowing the head to drop down. Take a moment to just allow that body to settle, to allow the muscles down the outside of the legs to relax. Quite difficult, I know. One last big breath. And then we'll gently just bring the other leg in front. Okay, so bring the other foot over. It might feel even tougher, might feel a little bit easier. Just take a little sway. Maybe just hold yourself still, but just use the power of that breath, help the body relax. So using the breath to just ease yourself over here, getting that lovely stretch through the glutes. Big, powerful breath for those big, powerful muscles. Taking time to just relax a little bit deeper. And then we'll peel ourselves up. Let's lengthen those legs out. We'll pop the right foot on top of the left. Okay, so the right foot's going on top of the left thigh. And we're just going to press that right knee down a little bit. Again, this is going to feel really tight. So use the breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth here. So lengthening the spine, trying not to roll back and just applying a little bit of pressure as you press that knee down towards the ground. Getting right into the outside of the right hip. Now let's step that right foot over the left now. So the right foot stepped over the left. Wrap your arm around. Let's take a little twist as we pull that leg across the body because we really want to target into the hip, the outer thigh. And we're looking up and over the back shoulder as we just pull that leg across. Really enjoying that lovely stretch. Enjoying, might not be enjoying for some of you, might be really tight, but benefiting is the word I should say. Really benefiting from that stretch down the outer hip, the thigh. Okay, let's ease off. Let's do that on the other side. So just really important to make sure we stretch out because otherwise you are going to be sore tomorrow. So left foot coming on top of the right thigh and just using your hand, press that left knee down a little bit. Keeping the hips lifted. Try not to tuck under and roll back. So today, that booty band workout, totally different to the other booty band workout that is on this members area. So you've got two very different booty band workouts there as well. Also on the YouTube channel, there is the 15-minute booty band and also very different to that one too. So lots of different booty band workouts there. Obviously only these two longer ones on the members area. So come back to them, try them again and again with different levels of resistance bands. Maybe you could just target and just see how much you're improving as you come back to the videos again and again. Okay, let's step that leg over, wrapping the right arm around and just twisting, looking up and over your left shoulder here. So you're using that right arm to pull that leg around, really targeting into the hip, into the glutes, twisting, lifting up and out of the hips there. So that we're not collapsing into the pelvis. We're lengthening the spine, we're opening the chest. And we're having a great stretch after that intense workout today. Hopefully your legs and your hips feel a little bit better already. Let's come back to center. Bring the soles of the feet together. Just allow the knees to drop out to the side. Bring that body weight forwards ever so slightly as you just let those knees go a little bit further. Hinging from the hips. One last breath, in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth, and then bring yourself all the way up. Well done. I hope you enjoyed that. Please let me know if you did it. I really do want to hear from you. So Instagram, Facebook, email me on the members chat area. I'd love to get to know how you're getting on with these pre-recorded workouts. So yeah, keep in touch and I'll see you soon.